there are so many violent young people today on the streets who have had no example, no love, no attention, and have only in their heads images of violence from the television, from there. Is it possible to take a group of those youngsters who have no idea of what you are trying to give them? Is it possible to take a group of those and convey to them this totally different sense of values? Is it possible?
First, make sure that non-fighting is not avoiding fighting. Suppose violence comes this way. If you go that way, you are avoiding. Whereas if you go opposite, you'll be resisting. So non-fighting means don't avoid, don't resist. So how can you do this? Then you must know how to stay where you are. So you are here. Okay, you stay where you are. Okay, then how you do it? You do with this perception of a space. So let's practice. Don't go against it, but then this don't avoid, but close eyes and perceive the space, and then first move your body up, and then stop in the perception, again, up, down, and just stay where you are. Then he stays without fighting. Okay, try their partner. Sorry. When I push, so now with the eyes closed, and then see the space around, and then this space doesn't move. This is a correct way of stopping without conflict. And then, if you want to do more, you do this way. So each time you stop. Up and stop. Stop, so down, stop. Down, stop, stay here. Yeah, this is stopping. Okay, now try by yourself. Okay, so with the eyes closed, so each time you try to stop with the perception. Okay, so with the eyes closed. Now next, you must know how to move without moving. That means move your body without moving mind. And here, that means your mind is in the space. You are here, and this space. So this perception of the space does not move. Okay, so this, it was here, please. So this here, if I go that way, that's fighting. I push. If this way, avoiding. So just stop. I stop here. Okay, and then now I just go with keeping this space. This means no fighting. Okay, understand? If here, okay, he push. If this way, this is fighting. Okay, so here, push. Okay, then this space doesn't move. Okay, first try, practice.
Percevez exactement où est votre bras.
Percevez quoi?
Exactement où est votre bras. Percevoir le bras dans l'espace. Et maintenant, non-conflit, le non-conflit. Gardez cette perception de l'espace et vous avancez.
Tu fais pousser aussi là.
Oui.
You push it? Push
Tester
her
aussi.
I push her
Yeah,
down.
push her. Push her.
Pousser,
Push her.
push, mais
Push as much as possible.
to my shoulder.
Yeah. Yeah. Push,
Yes.
push.
And now I move.
She's stronger than I am. She's stronger than I am.
No.
How to move others without moving them. Okay, so let's practice. If I want to move his body, maybe I can, but it disturbs. So now move my partner without moving means there's a space in which his body is, okay? And so move the space without moving his body. Okay, that means here, just take the space. This is move others without moving. Okay, try. You understand what? This, huh? Okay. Now, if I want to move you like this, then that becomes conflict.
Yeah.
Okay, so just like take a baby, here's a space, and I take the whole space.
Yeah.
So that means move other without moving. Just move the whole space.
I see.
Yeah. That's what you do when you move babies.
Yes.
Okay, babies, you don't move like that. You hold and
I
like
see.
that.
I see.
So you can do that even with adults.
Yes.
Try to push her like this. With the two hands. Easy, no?
Yes.
Now, you hold her this.
Yes.
Take the space.
Yes. I see.
Okay, try.
Yes. Yes.
Space.
Yes. I see.
Okay, so much easier, no?
Yes, much.
Without conflict.
Yes. Yes. It's extraordinary.
Okay, then it becomes here is Aikido. Okay, so many people confuse respect and admiration. Okay, but what we need is not admiration, but respect. Respect means don't disturb this person. Okay, but then how can we move? Okay, without disturbing? Same. So if we move the space, okay, then we can move this person with respect. That means we don't have to disturb this person. Okay, so that is in a way Aikido. In Aikido, you must treat everybody in any circumstances with respect. Many people, when people are friendly, then, oh, hello, and very smiling, etc. But when some people are not friendly, they immediately start fighting. Okay, that means not keeping correct relationship with others in every circumstance. So when two hands, so here too, if I want to move him, then collide and no respect. So the space here. So first catch this space with this hand here, and then now this hand is inside, so collide. So you put your hand outside the space, and then keep this space. One. Okay, so here's a space, and you move this space without disturbing partner. Okay, so here, first this hand, hold, and then put it outside, and then move. Okay, so try. You have to hold it well. Okay. Then if I do like this, hold well, hold well. Collide now. So this cell. Then
No,
can
no,
move very
I didn't
easily.
resist.
Okay, so can move very easily.
I hold you,
Yes.
and you come to stand here.
come here.
You come here. You move.
Here. You come here.
Yes.
So, and I
Now,
will
first try to move her.
try to move me with your hands.
Yeah, that's not
That's
possible.
possible, no? So first here, take her like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then put your hand out of the space, and then move this space.
I see. Yeah. You helped me.
Yes, but the meaning is not really to resist, to be the
No, of
strongest.
course. So,
So I
Now-
put you here, very soft, very soft. And now you go
Sempre
up,
c'est ça.
there, and you move the space between your two hands, you move all the space.
I see.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
this is.
Yes.
This is
Okay, so sit down. Okay, bit sit down behind. Okay, say. 그다음에
What happens if they are two equally good?
yeah.
Who throws the other?
Yeah, so it's not matter of winning.
No, I know it isn't winning.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they're both relaxed and embrace,
Yeah.
just now, what happens? Which,
So if they practice, they will do practice their technique.
they will do.
Their technique in order to practice.
Yes. And there is a better technique.
Pardon?
The one with the better technique.
No. Just one applies technique to the other, and then next change, and the other applies. That's respect. I speak to you,
Yes.
and then you speak to me.
Yes.
That's mutual respect.
Yes. Yes.
And in the real situation, these people will not fight.
No.
So they don't do any technique in the real
No.
cooperation.
No.
Okay. When we think about space, we tend to think of outside space and inside space. But then this is not correct space. Correct space is outside indices together. Okay, so how can you reach this? So you put 1 point, and from 1 point, your perception of space goes this way. Okay. Then there's only one total space. Okay, total space is the only one space. Whereas without 1 point, you create two spaces, outside space and inside space. Okay, so your mind moves between in and out and creating conflict. So you need a total space. Okay, that means if I perceive here, or here, then my perception is moving. Okay? Whereas if I perceive everything together, then cannot move. Understand? So if you want to stop your body, you must have total perception. Okay? So this try is easy. Okay? So here, okay. Then you can see with eyes. Okay? So this total space. Then you can see that eyes doesn't move. Okay. Now you see one by one. You see one person. Okay. Then you can see how it's moving. Okay. So naturally, body also wants to move. Okay. So if you want to keep stay, okay, perceive everything. Okay. So that eyes are not moving. Yes. Now with eyes closed, same. When perception doesn't move, okay, it's like this. Okay? Whereas if you think first here, and here, 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 then moves. You understand? That means partial perception moves. Total perception does not move. You understand? Okay, so sit down. Okay. And then from one point, perceive the space together, totally. Okay. Then your body stays calmly, quietly where it is. This is meditation.
To be able to rest at peace within oneself while being strong is one of the greatest gifts you can give, you can offer people. And I know that it is something I've always been inclined to kind of, I don't have, in that respect, I don't have enemies, you know. It's that the same kind of feeling that you can overcome the resistance of others without yourself becoming involved in the fighting. Now we are working in schools of 5 years to 8 years old, schools where there is suspicion and mistrust and violence, and the children become perfectly good children. But I would like to go, and I've been wanting to go, into schools of teenagers who are really, really hate the world. And I don't blame them, they're right. And I'd be very interested, if it were possible, to find a school like that around here. We have plenty of those schools in America and in England. In Texas, half the children come to school armed with knives and guns, and they have to be disarmed before they go into class. It doesn't mean that they are disarmed innerly. I would like to find a school like that, and I would love to see how you can mold them. The first encounter would have to be the one of respect. They would respect you, because if they have no gun, then you could throw them around.
Yeah, but with my experience, that approach is not so good, because this martial approach of showing first one's superiority doesn't work well. That means you must start from the equality. You shouldn't start from the superiority.
Yes, but what would you do if you went into a classroom that is really sour, acid, and, just negative?
So you have to first have this space and include everybody in your space.
Yes.
And then if really it includes space, then the negativity will be gone.
So now, before doing anything, first I must create this space, so that this space includes these people. Okay? Then from there, you start something. Okay? But then very often, especially when these people are violent, fighting, unfriendly, then unconsciously you create space here. Okay? And then there. So if you start from here, then whatever you do, it will be fighting. So if I have this space, and if here is positive, inevitably that's also positive. Of course, it takes time.
It takes time.
Yes.
For instance, if you saw two young people trying to kill each other, what would you do?
I don't know. So that's why you have to keep space, then action will come later. So you must learn that your perception creates action.
Left arm forward. Or walk naturally. walk naturally, yes. Okay, this kind of people are creating decision with thought. Okay, that's why the body is confused. Okay, but normal people, okay, they always make decision without thought. Okay, it's just incidentally there are some thoughts just before decision comes, and you mistakenly think that thought made decision. That's not true.
I would like to think that, but I can imagine that at one moment you have to win their respect, even physically, and that's what I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, but what do you mean respect is admiration?
Yes, admiration. Admiration.
Yeah. But admiration and respect is completely different.
Is that completely different? Yes, but you have to win their attention.
Yes.
You have to win their. You come, you bring something else. Is it sufficient at the moment of encounter? If after a time, yes, I'm sure, but at the moment of encounter.
Yeah. So again, probably you will have to do some action, but then this action should be spontaneous.
Yes.
And so, how to get spontaneous action? You need the space.
Yes.
So that means mind must lead body.
Yes. True. But I can understand that. But if you read, the person is sick. It's like a child who has no other idea except knowing the world through their physical senses. But their physical senses are twisted. And they encounter you with hostility because you want to defend something that they hate. It's a great challenge to the good, because today our society, the evil often is almost stronger than the good. How do we reverse that? That is the great problem today, because everywhere we get examples of fear, of frustration, of hate, of resentment.
Yeah, so first of all, there are two things. First is you must choose the correct word to think. That means if you use the word like evil and good, that's not correct way.
No,
so anyway, I am in this world, so clearly what I can do is limited. So it's no use to think of the ideal thing.
no.
I am in the world,
No,
so
right.
what I can do is I must get maximum harmony.
Exactly.
And that's all.
And that is a matter of trust. I mean, I trust you. I have no choice. I must trust you. I trust you anyway, but I must trust you anyway because there is no alternative. And I think that the people who generate trust are probably the people like you.
I think all depends on forming a good teacher. We
Yes.
need a good teachers.
I know. There are not many, not enough good people.
But you never thought of creating a school to form good teachers?
For violins, yes, violin teaching. Because the violin is a difficult instrument to teach, and especially the first stages. Because the first stages, the child arrives without any preparation, and the teacher puts a violin and bow, and then the child's afraid to drop them, and the whole thing is tense. It's no good. And the way I would like to start is to bring the child to feel the different sensations of playing before it has a violin, with just pieces of wood and pencils and moving the whole, sensing the whole body, the balance, because violin playing is a matter of balance. It's not a matter of holding the instruments. It's the same principle. And if I can teach a child the sensations, and it involves the same sensations as you are teaching, so that when it does have a violin, the first time, it should be able to draw a fairly good note. But what happens is that the teacher gives the violin and then says, pull the bow, and it sounds terrible. Yes, and then the teacher says, you're playing out of tune or something, which is mad, of course.
Do you think that the good teacher of violin and good violinist are the same person or different person? Good violin teacher
Yes.
and good violinist performer,
Yes.
are they the same person or different
Not
person?
always, not always, because there is an element of natural talent. And you may have a gift, you may be able to play, and you may not know why you play well, and you may not be conscious of it to be able to teach. But children learn much more than the teachers give. The teacher thinks that he is putting what he knows into an empty sack, you know, but he isn't. The child, almost the most important thing is not to ruin a child by teaching. It's better to be without teachers than with a bad teacher.
And how about the teacher for adults?
That can be done too. Well, you could do that, I'm sure. You've had already a pupil of 80 years old in me, nearly 80. So I'm almost adult. And so that's, but I've been prepared in a way through my own life for understanding you. But most of the time we deal with adults who need corrective training. Most of the time. In fact, in life you must have seen that most of the people who walk the streets need help. Not only violinists. I'll never be as good with the sticks.